Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Mobile Home Mondays. There's another Monday. I'm your host, Jasmine Gittens. I'm here to bring information, strategies, techniques, but ultimately things that you guys can take, information that you can take and start for you to start investing in mobile homes. So before we get into it tonight, I'm just going to quickly tag everybody in our Facebook group, Mobile Home Investing for Newbies. This is where you guys can come to get help, get insight, I'm there answering questions, and really get a community of mobile home investors, other people who are new and looking to get into this space, see what everybody's doing, moving and shaking, and ultimately, again, get some mobile home deals done. Now that I have tagged everyone, let's get into tonight's session. So I want to talk with you guys about credit, right? Do I really need credit in order to invest in mobile homes? Okay, this is a very popular question that we get a lot. And I want to really break it down on, do you need credit in the first place? And if you do, in what cases, right? So with mobile home investing, I would really say that it depends. It depends. Like the question is, or the answer is, do you need credit? And the answer is, it depends on your exit strategy. Okay. But I want to break it down, which strategy, and again, how you would utilize your credit. Okay. So specifically for wholesaling, you do not need credit, right? Because remember, you are not actually purchasing the mobile home. You are getting it under contract to purchase, and then you are going to be assigning or selling your contract to purchase the mobile home. So you're not actually ever purchasing the mobile home. You don't need to, get approved by the park or do anything like that. Okay. So in order to start wholesaling, again, no, you do not need credit. However, if your exit strategy or your plan is to get into flipping mobile homes, in that scenario, you do want to have decent credit, right? Why? Because you're going to be actually purchasing the mobile homes in that park, right? If it's in a park, you're going to be purchasing the mobile home in a park. And if the park has requirements regarding your credit, right? You want to make sure that your credit is in a decent enough position to get approved to purchase a mobile home in that park. Now, generally speaking, the credit requirements for mobile homes are moderate, if not like low. So, generally speaking, if even if you don't have the best credit, as long as it's like, not, as long as it's, I guess, reasonable, um, you should still be able to get into and get approved for these parks. Okay. Now, of course, you want to speak with each park and figure out what their specific criteria is. Like we have parks who, you could have a 580 credit score, or some who will even do like a 550 credit score, right? Some parks that don't care and they're just like, look, I'm looking to fill my park up, right? So there may be some opportunities in there if you don't need credit, but generally speaking, yes, you will need credit if you are looking to purchase mobile homes to fix and flip. Now, the place where your credit comes into play much heavier, and you definitely want to have good credit, is if you are intending to purchase mobile homes that you're going to be renting out. Okay, why? Because with that, you're going to be looking to purchase multiple properties, right? If you're getting into the business of buying mobile homes to rent out, right? You're going to be buying multiple properties. So you're going to, one, need to get approved by the park in order to purchase a mobile home in that park, if that's a requirement, right? So again, you're going to at least need good enough credit to get approved for the park. But also, once you get into the space where you're buying multiple mobile homes, you're going to want to look at additional financing opportunities, right? Different funding opportunities. Like you may want to start getting credit cards that you can use to buy mobile homes so that you're not always having to spend your own cash, right? You're not always having to like save up or do something in order to get the next mobile home, right? What if you had credit cards, you had access to getting credit cards and getting funding that way, where you can use that money to purchase mobile homes. And then when you're renting it out, that rental income is paying off your monthly statements, right? Plus you're getting your cash flow, your net cash flow, right? So that is one reason. Also, maybe you want to purchase a mobile home and utilize some more traditional funding, like going through like 21st Mortgage, right? And getting a mortgage on a mobile home, right? So, again, in that scenario, that is where having better credit comes into play, right? So that you can purchase multiple properties. So that's more so where your credit will come into play. And finally, if you're looking to purchase mobile homes like on land, on private land, especially if the property has been deeded to the land, right? So it has a permanent foundation. The title has been surrendered. In this case, it's now real property, because most oftentimes, if you're purchasing mobile homes like that, you are going to be getting traditional funding, right? Traditional financing. You're going to be looking to get a mortgage on this type of property. And again, that's where your credit comes into play for getting approved, getting good rates, and getting approved for the amount that you want, and things of that nature, and getting good terms. Okay, so that is the answer of, do you need credit to invest in mobile homes? Again, if you're wholesaling, absolutely, you do not need credit at all to get started wholesaling. This is why I highly suggest those who are getting into mobile homes, right? And you're looking to kind of like learn the market, understand it before you start investing your own money in it, right? You kind of earn while you learn. It's starting with wholesaling. But again, other strategies, when you get to the point and you're like, okay, I've wholesaled a couple of deals, now I want to start buying these and holding these things, or buying them and flipping them, right? Then boom, you're buying one, you're flipping it. In that case, your credit does need to be at least decent so that you can get approved by the park. If you're buying mobile homes to rent out, yes, you need credit, right? Because that gives you access to more funding. And then lastly, if you're buying mobile homes on private land, especially if it's been deeded, you certainly want to have decent credit, because again, gives you access to financing to purchase these properties. So I hope that was helpful in answering the question, right? One of the most popular questions of, do you need credit to get started investing in mobile homes? I see we have Walt in the building. Walt, he says, hey everyone, guys, so we come here every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to bring you information that you guys can utilize in investing in mobile homes. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and while I'm here live, I can answer them. If you're leaving a comment once this is done and you're watching the replay, I can certainly come back and answer your comments in the comment section. Okay. Tea Time with Tez says, do I have to have an LLC to start wholesaling due to the amount of money I will be getting? So this is a great question, and I'm gonna actually do another video on, do you need an LLC to get started, and things like that. So I'm gonna actually do another video on that. But to answer your question right now, no, you do not need an LLC to start. I highly recommend that you get an LLC. I highly recommend that you get an LLC. But what happens sometimes is that some people get so caught up into like getting the LLC that they never get started, right? So you can backdate things. And again, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a lawyer, anything like that. But if you were to start, your business, right, and you close one deal and you're like, oh, okay, this is it. I like this. I like how this went down. I want to actually really go all in with this business. Then I would suggest, at that point, no further than that point, you should establish an LLC. Okay, so no, you don't need one to get started. However, I recommend that you start an LLC before you get started. But if you're the kind of person who is going to be, it's going to cause you to hesitate or cause you not to do it, then I say close a deal first. Know that this is the real deal, that you want to get into the space, that you at least know, it's tangible, it's real, you have proof of concept, and now you want to really go all in. Then at that point, like no further than that point, you need to get an LLC. Okay. So once you can at least close, or at maximum, I should say, close one deal before you get an LLC, and any expenses or anything like that that you invested in trying to get a wholesale and mobile home, you can still write off and things like that underneath your LLC. Again, no CPA, nothing like that. So verify everything that I say. Okay. Yeah, so great question. Great question. So that's it, beautiful people. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Mobile Home Mondays. We come here again, just drop some quick tips and strategies that you can take. So hope that answers your question. See you guys here, same place, same time next week on Mobile Home Mondays. Please share, all the things, do all the things, like, share. If there's anything else, go ahead and do it. Love y'all. Peace.